Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Captain's here again with another EDH deck tech for you. Sorry, it's been a while. Had some, shit just comes up. I had to finish up my overnight job, so now I'm back. No overnight jobs, you know what that means. Beer with Tasigur. Oh, yeah. This is my first deck. My first commander deck that I ever built. I just really liked Tasigur's ability and just the colors. Some good colors. He plays with some good colors and he eats good bananas. So Tasigur's 6 mana, 4/5 with Delve, so you can exile cards from your graveyard to pay for his his mana cost, so you can effectively make his commander tax not even be relevant if you have enough cards in your graveyard. For a blue, for a Simic, 2 Simic hybrids and 2. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard and then return a non-land card of an opponent's choice from your graveyard to your hand. So that's pretty relevant when you're trying to win with him, because this deck is kind of morphed over time. It still has some of my original cards in it, but it's kind of morphed into more of a combo out win deck, because Tasigur demands power. So here we go. Lands, we got 8 basics, all the unhinged. So we got 4 islands, 2 forests, 2 swamps. Bam, done with those. Non-basics have 27. Simic Grove Chamber. This is literally just in there for Tasigur's ability. So with this land, you can just pay for his ability. And if you have Training Grounds out there, which is also in the deck, you'll see it a little later on probably, you can effectively tap this land and just do his ability. So only one I have in here of this for that reason. Thespian Stage becomes a copy of any land and gains the ability. So I mainly have that in there for, just copying any lands. Maybe this land, Deserted Temple. Use this to untap target land, like maybe a Cabal Coffers. Dark Depths, this is a good Thespian Stage target because you copy it with the Thespian Stage and it comes in with no ice counters and you get a nice Merit Lodge. So that's fun. Watery Grave does the colors. Teleria West can transmute for another land or Mana Crypt. Sunken Runes filters for colors. Shizo can give Tasigur Death Touch, or not Death Touch, Fear, or any other legendary creature. Maze of Ith can untap an attacking creature and make it so you don't die. Overgrown does the colors. Strip Mine kills a land. Minamo can untap Tasigur or anybody else, any other legendaries. Verdant does the colors. Ancient gets you good land, whatever. Get your mana ramp. Cabal Coffers. This and Urborg makes it so you make lots and lots of mana. Everybody knows what that thing does. Command Tower gets you your colors. There's Urborg. It turns every land into a swamp, and then Cabal Coffers taps for black for each swamp. So yeah, with these 2 out, and Deserted Temple, you can get some mad shenanigans going. Arcane Lighthouse denies Hexproof and Shroud for a turn. Thawing Glaciers, this isn't as good as it is in some of my other decks, but it's in there to secure land drops if you need them. I suggest picking this card up if you don't have it. It's on the reserve list, and it's fucking really good. So yeah, Breeding Pool does the colors. Ghost Quarter can get rid of a land. Boseiju allows you to play an instant or sorcery and not have it get countered if you pay 2 life. Terramorphic fetches for a land. Shuffle effect as well. Homeward Path lets you gain control of all your creatures. Creeping Tar Pit does your colors and becomes a unblockable dude. Polluted Delta does your colors. So that's all the lands. So it's 27, bam, 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 35 lands. So pretty good in this deck. A lot better than Hikori. Scoot it up a bit here. Get a little drink going. Ponder. Oh yeah. instants and sorceries. We got 20 of these. Tasigur likes to play with instants and sorceries, so there's a pretty good amount of these. Ponder, good for, shuffling library and seeing what's going on. Good for early games. Vampiric Tutor, just pretty self-explanatory. Does what it needs to do. Brainstorm, does what it needs to do. Mystical Tutor does what it needs to do. Find you your stuff. Swan Song pisses some people off, gives them a little bird for their expensive thing. Curse of the Swine is exiles creatures. That's a big reason I like it, is because it just exiles them and then gives them 2 boars. And it's foil. And it's a cheap foil. Exsanguinate, 1 off the back of this card a few times. This card is amazing. I mean, with Cabal Coffers and Urborg, and, Desert a Temple, you can basically kill everyone with that. Cyclonic Rift, this is, great in any blue deck. Peregrine Shift, this is literally in there for just like a save out and a combo in the deck, so I guess I'll just set it aside. Counterspell, self-explanatory. Toxic D up in that A. Best removal in Magic, probably. Maybe not. Path to Exile. I don't know. Dismember, gets rid of a creature for life. What more can you ask? Capsize, we all know what that's for, so we'll put it in the combo pile. Putrefy, kills a creature or an artifact. Cryptic Command, so many things. So nice, you gotta choose 2. Temperate Discovery, I always tell them, if I offer you the berries, you take those berries. This card is the one that wins you. I mean, if you play with it in a pod, this is 4 lands you're getting. That's Cabal Coffers, Urborg, Desert a Temple, and whatever other land you feel like getting, if you don't have any of those lands. So, I mean, it's just like game over, usually, when you play this. So, that's a great card. Slumgar's Command, just a flexible modal card, does lots of things you need to do. It's been on the chopping block, but just like being able to get rid of a Planeswalker and bounce stuff and, countering. It's mainly the Planeswalker thing that I like in there a lot, I think. Bribery, takes control of your opponent's best creature out of their library. Murder's Cut, you can delve for this, so it's a 1 black kill spell, so pretty cool. Dig, same thing. You can delve, make it 2. Look at the top 7, put the best 2 in your hand, and then you're done from there. So that was the instants and sorceries of the deck. So now we're on to the enchantments and artifacts. 24 of these. So we got Mana Crypt, pretty self-explanatory, pretty broken, pretty fun. Burgeoning, this is probably, in my opinion, the best one drop you can ever have in Magic, or in Commander anyway. You turn 1 Burgeoning with a couple lands in your hands. By your next turn, turn 2, you're gonna have 3, 4, 5 lands maybe. Yeah, probably one of my favorite cards in Commander, if not in all of Magic. This and Unwinding Clock, which is in this deck as well. Mystic Remora, this is, arguably the second best 1-drop. I mean, it's Rhystic Study, but it's only for non-creature spells, and you have a cumulative upkeep, so it's still really good if you get it down turn 1. Training Grounds, this allows Tasigur's ability to cost 2 Simic duels, whatever, so yeah, with this and that land, the Simic Growth Chamber, you can literally pay for his ability with 1 land. Sensei's Divine Top lets you filter through your deck, find whatever you need for whatever. There we go. Scoot up a little bit. Just let you filter, get whatever you need. It's good stuff. Soul Ring, self-explanatory. Umzao Jete smashes in on a creature, put the charge counters on it, and you can game life, kill stuff, pump your guy up. It's super good. Everybody knows about that one, right? Grim Monolith, mana ramp, Survival of the Fittest. This one could probably be cut. I just kind of have it in there because sometimes it's good to just use it to get to whatever kind of creature you want, but there's not like a whole lot of creatures in here. But, it's good. Art's sweet too, so, Sylvan Library, pretty much the same thing as Sensei's Divine Top, just let you filter, but you can draw cards, pay for 4 life. So, in the early game, you usually do that. to get some good card advantage. Lightning Greaves, throw that on whoever you feel like. Sword of Fire and Ice, just a great, just a great sword. Chromatic Lantern, y'all know what that does. Ristic Study, broken as fuck. Sword of Feast and Famine, another great sword. Propaganda, this is the bane of my playgroup's existence. I don't know why, it's pretty easy to get rid of, but helps you hold a lock on the board pretty good. Temple Bell, there may or may not be Mind Over Matter in here. Unwinding Clock, this, and what was the other card I was saying? Fuck, so stupid. Can't remember. This is probably my, Burgeoning. So this and Burgeoning is probably tied for my favorite card in either Magic or just in Commander. This card is amazing. The ability to untap your Grim Monolith for free on everybody else's untap is just amazing. So, being able to basically untap all your mana on everybody's turn is pretty awesome. So, yeah, Unwinding Clock, everybody. Birthing Pod, this is kind of like Survival of the Fittest, too. It could probably cut it. It's not like there's a whole lot of creatures for it, but it's a good card. 3 in Dynamo, 3 colorless. Defense of the Heart, this is part of the combo, so I'll set it aside. Deadbird's Chant, this is one of my original cards in the deck, and I still love it. Since Tasigur uses his graveyard so much, being able to put top 10 cards from your library into your graveyard and probably some more cards, anyways, as you're going through the game, this thing can just bring stuff back for free. Anything. If it's a creature and it just goes right onto the battlefield, otherwise it goes in your hand. This card's awesome. I love it. There's Mind Over Matters. I guess I'll set that aside in the combo pile. And Omniscience. That's kind of part of a combo too. And we all know what that guy goes. So that was 24 enchantments and artifacts. I have 2 Planeswalkers. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Let you brainstorm for free. Just does all the cool stuff, and he's just the best. And Liliana Bess, she allows you to tutor on her stick, and yeah, she does some good stuff. So, 2 Planeswalkers. Go on to the last part, the creatures, 18 of them. So we'll start off with Deathrite Shaman. Gotta get a little sip of beer here. That's good stuff. Deathrite Shaman, 1 mana Planeswalker. He does it all. He meditates and he does it all. Baleful Strix, the most noble of owls. 1/1 flying death touch, draws a card. What more could you ask for? Except for maybe Spellskite. Spellskite lets you redirect any spell or ability to him, and it can really mess people up, make them upset. Jace Vryn's Prodigy. I'll let you draw and discard to flip him over if you have. So he's good at getting stuff in your graveyard. And then you flip him over to this Planeswalker, so he's pretty good. Just does some cool stuff. And this is the same thing. If you have 7 or more lands, right? Yeah, if you have 7 or more lands, then she flips. Let you just reveal cards if they're lands. They go on the battlefield. You can put out a big old dude, as a blocker. Whatever you need to do, she's pretty good. Clever Impersonator, this lets you just make a copy of any non-land permanent on the battlefield. So you can just make 2 Soul Rings, 2 Grim Monoliths, 2 whatever you want. I probably need to put Mirage Mirror in here from Hour of Devastation. I got it, but I just need to probably put it in here. Sad Robot, we all know what he does. He's sad all by himself. 6 Slime. 86 is one of those 3 things. Good commander card. The CDC is basically exploit her, and then you got a demonic tutor, so she's pretty good. Seaborn Muse, almost as broken as Prophet of Kufex, but not quite. So we're gonna run it because everybody groans a little bit when this comes out because it's everybody's favorite, right? Sire Stagnation, this is one that people really don't like a lot, especially if it comes out early. People can't play lands. So they can play lands, but they have to exile 2 cards, and then I draw 2, so they don't really like him. Consecrated Sphinx, probably one of my other favorite Magic cards. Just let you do broken stuff, especially if you're playing tomorrow. My tomorrow deck is broken as fuck with this guy, but yeah, he just likes to play in anything he can. Wormcoil Engine, this is just a great value. Death Touch Lifelink, dude. Splits when he dies, so it's kind of hard to get rid of him, technically, even. Grimoire to Marasa. This guy is basically just a giant Eternal Witness, and when he dies, you can exile him and do it again. So he's won me a couple games off of getting stuff out of my graveyard. Deadeye Navigator, whenever this guy comes up on his boat, he's up to no good, so we'll put him in the combo pile. Shieldred Whispering one. This is a vicious, mean old bitch. I've gotten her out with Deadbridge Chan a few times, and that makes people really, really have a sad day when that happens, because she's really mean. Palancron, we all know when he swoops in and screeches, we're all going to lose, so we'll put him in the combo pile. And Blightsteel Colossus, this is kind of just a defense of the heart target. He could probably be switched out. I honestly don't even know if I've ever got him out onto the field, so. But yeah, that's the 18 creatures. So we're going with the combo. So starting out with, let's do this one first, actually. So there's really only these 2. So this one doesn't work as good as it does in my tomorrow deck, because I don't run Laboratory Maniac in this one, but this one just allows you to mill everybody out, but it also mills you out. So, but it's a controlled. You can control and get whatever you need to try and start winning the game. Which is this: Step 1, play Defense of the Heart. Defense of the Heart is if one of your opponents controls 3 or more creatures, you sack this and then put 2 creatures out onto the battlefield. So you play that. Like I said, you can get Blightsteel if you so choose. But usually what we do is we get out these 2 little boners. So Deadeye Soul Bonds with Palancron, and you just basically untap your mana and float it, and re-untap, flicker him for 2, bring him back in, float, just keep doing that until you have infinite, 1,000 or 2,000 of each, black, green, and blue. And then you can put them all the way over here. Then you can bring out Tasigur. Use his ability to basically just mill yourself out besides all of your lands. Well, no, I guess you do mill yourself out. And then you have everything in your hand besides your lands. You can use Capsize to then just capsize, basically upheaval everyone beside yourself. And then after that, you can play Omniscience and just play everything out of your deck for free. If somebody wants to be cute and think they can win after that, that's why I want Peregrine Shift, because then you can just shuffle all of your lands back into your library, and then you have a little deck for a little while. So, yep, that is my Tasigur the Golden Fang deck. It's pretty fun, pretty interactive. Yep, he's a lot of fun. So, cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe.